there's never really a better time to start doing this, but at the same time, I feel like there are things you need to know about being an artist. I have been to school and did art at school, and I did art at college. I did animation and games design in college, and the thing is, those are the things that made me reflect on how bad my drawings were. Like, all the times that I used to draw a lot, these drawings were horrible. Now, granted, I will say this, that regardless of how bad my drawings were, I'm still glad I took the time and effort to try and get into so much of the things that I really liked. I always wanted to be a video game artist because my love for video games such as like Tekken, Street Fighter, King of Fighters, Fatal Fury, Mortal Kombat, Sonic the Hedgehog, Crash Bandicoot, etc, etc, etc. I also think that these are the things that really wanted me to be the game artist as well. It's just the problem is I didn't really play a lot of games throughout my childhood, because the thing is I would only have to play certain games that was not over by age, and that was that really. So at this point, to tell you the truth, like, when you be an artist yourself, I actually thought that you need to have a certain thing to classify as an artist. But let's be real, you don't really need to start something in order to be an artist. Like, when I say that, I mean you need to be at an art school, you need to go to art university or art college. No. You don't need to start with those things, actually. In fact, what I recommend you do is you can start doing art through YouTube. So you can watch a lot of YouTube videos where they give you tutorials on how to draw faces, how to work on autonomies, how to do a landscape painting or portrait painting, sorry. And at that same point, it's also good that it gives you a bit of time and space to know what you really enjoy doing. I know a lot of people want to be good at being an artist, and the problem is you need to understand this. Perfection is a huge problem. Perfection is something you need to avoid doing, and a lot of people will get into it and think that they're terrible at it. Don't assume that you're going to be terrible at it before you even start it, because that's the problem. Before you start something, give it a try at least before you start to assume that you can't do it, because a lot of people will say, I wish I had the time to do this, and I say, yeah, you can make time for it, but then would say, I don't think I have the time for it. So at that point in time, there is no better time of starting art already. Now, yes, I will say I started art at like 8 or 9, but I used to draw the same thing time and time again. My mum tried to encourage me to do more faces, and I instantly said, I cannot do faces, but I can. And I did before when I was 17, and I tried to take it more seriously. And I tried to get better each time, but I will say it took a long time to get really good at it, depending on what material I use, because I love to be versatile with my materials. So watercolor, acrylic, oil pastel, etc. Like even digital stuff I love doing, and I get inspired by many artists, and I want to do art for myself. And that's the thing, it takes a lot of inspiration to see how other people do the artwork that themselves, and it really depends on what you're feeling right now, because you want to take it step by step rather than just go all out and do your thing. Now, granted, I will say that there are people that are doing surrealism art, and people are doing abstract, people are doing a lot of oil paintings, and gosh, oil painting takes longer to dry. But at the same time, I also think that if you're really into those kind of things, I say go for it, man, because it's really worth your time. And also, you just got to start off easy. Like, take a photo, make sure you get some references and get some ideas, whether you're taking a photo from your phone or camera, or like getting photos from like reference websites such as Pinterest and Unsplash. And I did a video of best references website you should check out, so make sure you watch that video as well. But I also think that when you see things like that, you're not really gonna start off on a high. It always starts off from low, and you work your way up gradually. As an artist, there is no certain age you need to start in. There are many people in their 50s that started doing art. People that are like older than me, and I'm 26, doing art, even though I've done this very young. So you can start off young, you can start off middle age, you can start off old. there's no limit. There's really no limit. So art is something that is free for everyone to do. The only problem is the materials. The materials are very expensive these days, but you could start off cheap as well. But at the same time, I recommend, if you really want quality, good materials that are useful for you, then I would recommend shops like Case Art, WH Smith, because they got some decent amount of materials there. And I also think that there are some things that I will put in this video that I recommend you guys checking out, because honestly, these are worth your while generally. So yeah, I say start art now. If you really want to be art, don't overthink, just go for it, and trust me, it's going to be worth your while. So yeah, that's all I gotta say.